Kasi lumalingan pa rin. Nagkakaintindihan tayo. Parang sa mga loob nyo. Naintindihan? No, balik tayo. So, all religion, ganun din. All religions are true. O, narinig nyo na yan? Basta mahalaga lahat yung tama. Hindi ko po pwede. Kapag lahat tama, ay may tama. Nagkakaroon yan. Kasi kailangan nyo yung tama yung object. Bakit? Kasi yun ang feeling ko eh. Now, let me just show you a video that he showed to us. Nagkataon lang po kasi ito. Nauna tayo sa series ha, bago ko napakinggan itong conference. Kaya, huwag kayo nalala. Kasi nakakatuwa eh. Ito, panoorin natin.
But how far does it go? And is it possible to be wrong? We went to the University of Washington to find out.
Are you aware of the debate happening in Washington State around the ability to access bathrooms, locker rooms, spas based on gender identity and gender expression?
I think people should be able to have access to the facility.
I think bathrooms could and potentially should be gender neutral because there doesn't need to be a classification for differences.
I think people definitely should have the ability to go to whichever locker room they want.
I feel like at least public universities should do their best to accommodate for those who do not have a specific gender identity.
You know, whether you identify as a male or female and whether your sex at birth is matching to that, you should be able to utilize the resources.
So if I told you that I was a woman, what would your response be?
Good for you, okay. Like, yeah.
Nice to meet you. Like what? Really?
I don't have a problem with it.
I'd ask you how you came to that conclusion.
If I told you that I was Chinese, what would your response be?
I mean, I might be a little surprised, but I'd say, good for you. Like, yeah, be who you are. I would maybe think you have some Chinese ancestor.
I would ask you how you suddenly came to that conclusion and why you came to that conclusion.
I would have a lot of questions, just because on the outside I would assume that you're a white man.
If I told you that I was 7 years old, what would your response be?
I wouldn't believe that immediately.
I probably wouldn't believe it, but I mean, it wouldn't really bother me that much to go out of my way and tell you no, you're wrong. I just be like, oh, okay, he wants to say he's 7 years old.
If you feel 7 at heart, but then so be it. Yeah, good for you.
So if I wanted to enroll in a first grade class, do you think I should be allowed to?
Probably not, I guess. I mean, unless you haven't completed first grade up to this point and for some reason you need to do that now.
If that's where you feel like mentally you should be, then I feel like there are communities that would accept you for that.
I would say so long as you're not hindering society and you're not causing harm to other people, I feel like that should be an okay thing.
If I told you I was 6 feet 5 inches, what would you say?
That I would question.
Why?
Because you're not. No, I don't think you. If you truly believe you're 6'5", I don't think it's harmful. I think it's fine if you believe that. It doesn't matter to me if you think you're taller than you are.
So you'd be willing to tell me I'm wrong?
I wouldn't tell you you're wrong.
No, but I say that I don't think that you are.
I feel like that's not my place as like another human to say someone is wrong or to draw lines or boundaries.
No, I mean, I would just go like, oh, you're wrong, like, that's wrong to believe me, because I mean, again, it doesn't really bother me what you want to think about your height or anything.
So I can be a Chinese woman.
Sure.
But I can't be a 6'5" Chinese woman.
Yes.
If you thoroughly debated me or explained why you felt that you were 6'5", I feel like I would be very open to saying that you were 6'5", or Chinese, or white.
It shouldn't be hard to tell a 5'9" white guy that he's not a 6'5" Chinese woman. But clearly it is. Why? What does that say about our culture? And what does that say about our ability to answer the questions that actually are difficult?
Ayan. Napansin nyo? Hello? Wait lang ha. I-start ko lang. Napansin nyo? This is the kind of world we are in. Yung bagang, bahala ka na sa buhay mo, whatever you believe in. So in other words, wala nang standard. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Soon, makikita, sa totoo totoo lang, nauna na tayo dyan. Alam niyo ba yan? Ang Pilipinas, ang unang-unang ganyan. Pumunta kayo sa kalye. Kahit pula, nag-go-go pa rin. Kahit may linyang solid, nag-o-overtake pa rin. Bakit? Feeling ko okay lang yan. Diba? Kasi parang yan, suggestion lang. And look at the effect. Gusto mo, hindi natin makita natin kagad yung effect, di ba? Dapat nila, yung traffic is caused by lots of volume ng sasakyan. At sa totoo lang, ang traffic is more than that. Makikita nila yung style of driving. Ikot, lipat. Gusto niyo experiment lang if you're driving? Lipat na ganyan. Tandaan niyo lang yung inunahan niyo. Mamaya konti, makita niyo na una na naman sa iyo. Kasi, maluwag dito, dililipat ka. Tapos yan naman. Mamaya, dilipat din yun. Magkakampo kayo ulit. Ikaw rin ulit. Tinry ko na yan eh. Inobserbahan ko lang yung sarili ko, inobserbahan ko. Pati motorsiklo, minsan escorts, gumasabilis ang motor. Nagtataka ko, siya rin yun eh. Pagdating namin dito, sabay din kami. Lugi siya dahil mainit yung kanya. Ako naka-aircon. Naintindihan niyo? Kasi may mga portion na hindi siya makatakbo ng mabilis. Kaya ang ibig sabihin, mayroon kasi standard, may truth. Sa opisina, you cannot just say, you cannot just come into this office anytime you want. There is a schedule. You cannot just perform your work in any way you want. No, because there is a standard. Tama? Kaya doon yung naintindihan na kayo napapagalitan. Minsan sabihin nyo, galit, hindi sumunod Christian. Pero ang totoo niya, hindi eh. Kawawa lagi mga boss natin. Pero ano bakit? No, because there is a standard. If you say this is the standard of security ba, then you should follow that standard. Tama? Andiyan ba kayo? So, ganun din sa buhay. I don't care what kind of, where you are working right now, anong plans na company. But we need to go back to the fact, hindi ko pa sabihin, you are a Chinese, puti-puti, ano ka ba? Paano mo sasabi? You're 6'7", limit mo, ano ba? Parang, may katotohanan yan, hindi ko pa sabihin, basta, 6'5 ako. Paano mo gagawin? To point out na mali siya. Kasi ba, wala ka sa pwede sa akin, okay lang yan. Hindi. Bukati mo na ako. Ito nga po kuya. Para meron niya lumapit. Sabi gano'n, alam mo, pakiramdam ko, patay na ako. Sabi niya, punta sa doktor, patay na ako. Sabi niya, hindi ka patay, buhay ka. Hindi po, patay na po talaga ako. Okay. Di ba, pagka nasugatan ng patay, wala ng dugo? Sabi niya, opo. Sige. Sinugatan siya ngayon. Nagdugo. O, iyan. Nagdugo ka. Ibig sabihin, buhay ka. Hay, ang patay pala, nagdudugo pa din. Di ba kaya conclusion? Ganyan ang talaga. Problema na maraming tao. Ito ay isang bagay na intindihan ko ngayon. Are all religions true? Sabi niya, hindi po pwede. All religions could be false, but they could not all be true. Pakita ko sa inyo bakit. Tingnan niyo na halimbawa. Huwag kayo magagalit tayo, not just to compare or make it parang yung ating paniniwala mas better na hindi ganyan. Ito idea, tingnan niyo. For example, Buddhism. Pagdating sa Diyos, no God. Salvation, enlightenment. Ang view of others, true way. View of others, for example. Ngayon ang Hinduism, many gods. At sabi yan, reincarnation. Pero sa view of others, all true. So, yun nila sa ibang tao, sa ibang religion, all true. Tapos Judaism. Ano sabi niya? Sorry, hindi ko mabasa dito. Palik mo. Sabi niya, si Yahweh. Tapos ang salvation niya, based on law. And sa view of others, just Judaism. Walang ibang paraan for others to be saved, but only through Judaism. Now, Islam, si Allah. And they have these 5 pillars to follow. Yun na paraan para maging saved. Now, sa view of others, they can never be saved unless they are Islam. Now, Christianity, we believe in the Trinity. And salvation is by grace. It's a gift of God, not based on what you have done. It is based on what Jesus did. Okay? So sabi niya, and view of others, you can never be saved unless you have Jesus in your life. Magkakaintindihan tayo. So, sino ang tama dyan? Ayan. Yun ang issue. Kaya are all religions true? Obviously, all religions could be false. but they could not all be true. Kasi dito pwede, sabi ni Sa, just Judaism. Hindi, tama yan. And just, Islam, tama din yan. Pwede ba yun? Di ba? Ang labo, di ba? Buti sana kung issue lang ay preference. Like, issue lang ay mukha. Ang ganda niya, no? Oo, tapos ito. Ako rin, maganda. Pwede rin. No. Kasi preference yun eh. Kasi beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So, hindi mo pwedeng ipagtalunan yan. Pero when it comes to this, hindi natin pwedeng biruin yan. So, this is the adventure of faith. Kaya nga, etong problema, sabi ni Jesus, ang pinakamalawag sabi ni Jesus, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. Biruin mo yun. Ito yung adventure ng faith. Christianity is an adventure of faith. Kasi yung biyahe mo, yung life mo, is just following Jesus as the way. Wala nang ibang paraan. Sabi niya, hindi sabi, I am one of the ways. Hindi sinabi, I am a way. Sabi niya, I am the way. Hindi sinabi, I am one of the truth. Hindi, I am a truth. Hindi sabi, I am the truth. Sabi niya, and the life, I am the life. No one. Parang napaka-definite. Okay pa kayo? May tanong sa'yo, naniniwala ba ako dyan? Yan. Kaya nga, kung sinulat yung John, for example, let's go to John. Therefore, many other signs Jesus also performed in the presence of the disciples, which are not written in this book. But this have been written so that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God, and that believing you may have life in His name. Kasi sabi niya, this is the object of that faith. Kaya itong faith na ito is not something that you just perceive, but it is a declared faith saying that if you believe in Jesus as Son of God, ang sabi niya, that He is the Son of God, that He is the Christ, you will have life. Ang word ng life then is eternal life. Andiyan pa kayo? Kaya ito yung adventure of faith. Now, let's just go to this. Sabi ho ni Paul, ito rin ang kanyang adventure of faith. Kasi parang din nyo, when Paul wrote this, ito na yung before si Paul, napakasama ni Paul. Pinapapatay niya yung mga naniniwala kay Jesus. Bagamat si Paul, kasi Judaist si Paul eh. Judaizer siya. And si Paul, pinapapatay niya yung naniniwala kay Jesus kasi ang paniniwala nila, only Judaism. Tama? O pinapapatay na yun. And he was so zealous in his belief. Ngayon, in his life, yung latter part of his life, actually, the rest of his history ng Paul, siyempre, siya na yung promoter ng Christianity. Itong sabi niya, ano ba nangyari kay Paul? Now I make known to you, brethren, the gospel which I preach to you, which also you receive, in which also you stand. Yan ang pininiwala nyo. By which also you are saved. Yung idea of salvation. If you hold fast the word which I preach to you, unless you believe in vain. Ano ba yung tinuro mo sa amin, Paul? For I delivered to you as of first importance what I also received, that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures. Now, why is that important? Sabi ni Paul, hindi ito parang tsamba-tsamba lang. It has already been written long before. No? Thousands of years prior to Jesus Christ coming, prior to His death, sinabi na yan. Kung gusto nyo makita, basahin nyo na sa bahay nyo. Isaiah 53, for example. Sinabi na, Genesis pa lang. Genesis, from the very beginning that man fell. Sinabi na agad ni God, from your seed, from the seed of a woman. Ano gano'n? Siya yung mag-deliver. So doon pa lang sinabi na. Now, ito po sabi niya, tuloy tayo. Kaya it's according to the Scriptures. Now, that He was buried and that He was raised on the third day according to the Scriptures. Sabi, maaaring makarinig kayo ng mga kwento. Somebody died and somebody rose again from the dead. But if it's not according to the Scripture, hindi pa rin siya yun. Nakanya? Kaya katulad ngayon, sa Pilipinas, may umaangkin na siya yung Panginoong Diyos. Di ba? But it's not according to the Scripture. Kasi sabi ng Scripture, mapapanganak sa Bethlehem. Sabi ng Scripture. Yun, pinanganak sa Pampanga. Imposible. Diba? Walang batayan eh. Walang batayan. So, hindi obra. Now, tuloy tayo. And sabi niya, that He was buried and was raised according to the Scripture, on the third day. And that He appeared to Cephas, then to the 12. After that, He appeared to more than 500 brethren at one time. Most of them remain until now, but some have fallen asleep. Now, listen to this. Ito amazing. Ito sinasabi sa inyo, sabi ni Paul, nagpakita kay Cephas, kilala niyo si Cephas. Nagpakita pa sa iba, kilala niyo sila. At nagpakita sa 500. Manuloko mo ako kung isa lang si Cephas na, ipatay na, so hindi niya na mapapatanggol ang kanyang sarili. Tama? But he showed himself to 500 others. At iba sa kanila, buhay pa. Bakit importante yun? Bakit importante yun? Halimbawa lang, ako namatay at nabuhay magmuli. Baguhin natin para mas pagliwanag. Naalala niyo yung World War Z? Naalala niyo ba yung palabas na yun? Ano nga yun? So may virus na kumala. So the only way to cure that virus is when they found out somebody who was not afflicted by it. Meron sa kanyang sa dugo niya, naalala ba? Na yun ang makaka-cure, yun ang magiging vaccine ng tao not to be afflicted by it. Lahat ng tao namamatay. Mayroon kayo nabanta ang tao hindi pa namatay? Hindi sabihin, dapat patay na, pero hindi pa patay. Na matanda na kayo, 200 years old, ganyan. Diba? Obviously, walang tao, walang accepted na hindi mamamatay. Tingnan mo yung katabi mo. Baka sabi sa kanya, alam mo, mamamatay ka din eh. Kaya lang, huwag naman sana agad. Tama? Nakuha niyo? So everybody dies. Now, ito tanong. May isang tao namatay, pero nabuhay magmuli. There is something in that guy that overcame death. Kailangan natin yun. Yung kanyang antivirus. Tama? Nakuha niyo? Ayan, tuloy tayo. Ito ngayon si Jesus, nabuhay magmuli. Kaya, then he appeared to James, then to all the apostles. And last of all, as to one untimely born, he appeared to me also. For I am the least of the apostles. Bakit? Alam mo, not fit to be called an apostle because I persecuted the church of God. Pinapapatay ko sila. Pinakukulong ko sila. Wala akong karapatan. But paano nagbago ang aking pananaw? Nabuhay magmuli. Nagpakita si Jesus sa akin Kita ko buhay. Yun ang amazing dyan. Kasi madali nang sabihin, si Jesus hindi nabuhay magmuli. Na totoo lang. Tapos sa paniniwala na. Either baliw siya, manloloko, pero nabuhay siya magmuli. Kailangan ko mag-isip, totoo ba yung sinasabi niya na siya yung Diyos, anak ng Diyos? Siya tagapagligtas? Kailangan ko mag-desisyon, tama ba? Ngayon, kung di ako mag-desisyon, either maniniwala ako sa kanya o hindi, gano'n lang. Yung sabi niya, siya lang ang solusyon. So kung nabuhay siya magmuli, at totoo yung sinabi niya, siya lang ang solusyon, ibig sabihin, all the other possible solutions, hindi naman pwede kasi it is the only way. Tignan natin. Kaya itong faith na ito, adventure yan. Now, if I obey you, Lord Jesus, it will really be a great adventure. Bakit? Kasi tatalikuran ko na lahat parang pag-aasawa yan. Nung kinasal ako sa asawa ko, ang ganyan mo ba yan? Nag-desisyon na ako. Bilyong babae ang tatalikuran ko. Di ba lahat ng options, hindi na pwede. Siya na lang. Tama ba? Paano kung sumama ang galing ito? Paano kung bruha mo na ito? Paano kung maghublamos na mawala yung kilay nito? That would be an adventure of faith. Nakawa niyo? Nandiyo ba? Kaya iba, hindi na kaya na yung adventure. Di-reverse. Kasi they were not prepared. Yun yung adventure, ganun ang Christianity. You know that Christianity is like being married to Jesus Christ? So you're turning your back on all other options because you have already put your faith on the one who claimed. At ito maganda, meron ba akong assurance na buhay ito? Yes, because he rose again from the dead. Just look what happened to Paul. Si Paul sabi niya, by the grace of God, I am what I am. His grace toward me that proved vain, but I labored even more than all of them, yet not I, but the grace of God with me. Alam niyo ba, sobrang dami ng pinaghirapan. Binabato nila ako, pinapapatay nila ako. Sabi ni Paul, dinaan ko lahat yan. Gusto yung makita, 1 Corinthians 11. 1 Corinthians 11, makita niyo yan. Natuloy tayo, 2 Corinthians pa. Now, let's continue. Whether that then it was I or they, we preached also, and you so you believe, that if Christ is preached that he has been raised from the dead, how do some only say that there is no resurrection from the dead? Look at this. But if there is no resurrection from the dead, not even Christ has been raised. And if Christ has not been raised, then our preaching is in vain. Your faith is in vain. Useless lahat ng ating pinag-uusapan. Lahat ng hindi kayo kumain ng pananghalian para umatin dito. Wala lahat kayo sa naglakad kayo mula sa ibang opisina. Walang kwenta yan kung hindi na buhay ulit si Jesus. Okay? Andiyan pa tayo? Kaya buti na lang. Now, look at this. More often, sabi nga, we are even found to be false witnesses of God. Or witness of God. Witnesses of God. Because we testified against God that He raised Christ whom He did not raise. If in fact the dead are not raised. For if the dead are not raised, that even Christ has been raised. Now, if Christ has not been raised, your faith is worthless and you are still in your sins. Then those also who have fallen asleep in Christ have perished. If we have hope in Christ in this life only, we are all men most to be pitied. And sabi niya, but now Christ has been raised from the dead, the first fruit of those who are asleep. For since by a man came death, by a man also came the resurrection of the dead. For in Adam all died, so also in Christ all will be made alive. Sabi, alam niyo bang tayong pag-asa natin to be raised again from the dead? Si Jesus Christ. May tanong, totoo ba yan? Back ba yan ang history? Kasi wala ko enough time to discuss, no? But simple na lang. Sino dito na may checking account? Checking account. Okay, yung walang checking account, sino dito may kalendaryo? Journal. Yung pocket journal. Napansin nyo, anong year na? 2019. That as a historical date. Tama? Anong basis? The resurrection of Jesus Christ. Kaya nga, divided into AD, BC before Christ, and AD, Anno Domini, the day of the Lord. Because that is historically backed up. It backs up